So pay attention. So pay attention, children. Now, as you all saw, I have already shared some videos on the group. And if you saw, there are some changes in your form filling this year, correct? So I'm showing you clearly the circular. Have a look at the screen, which has come from the UGC, which is the latest introduction to you. According to this, you are supposed to earn some extra credits. I mean, your subjects are having credits, and you all are getting a total of 132 credits through your subjects, regular subjects, which you have already appeared for. According to the university, in order for us to grant you a degree, that is the university to grant you a degree, you have to earn extra credits. Okay. So these extra credits, see, these are the definitions of your credits, how you are getting them. So in the first semester, second semester, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth semester, total you get 132 credits. That is, understand like a marks given to you sort of. Now, in FY BCom, you have value-added course 1 and 2, which is compulsory, and environment awareness, which is compulsory. For you people, now there is a new group which has come up, according to which you have to earn at least 4 credits in a year. If you look at first year BCom, you people have already done physical education, that is credit 1 and credit 2, right? So physical exam marks, you have already got it. However, democracy, election, and governance was not there for your batch. And this democracy, election, and governance, which was not there for your batch, you will have to get those 2 additional credits. Now, what all will you get additional credits for? If you see sports representation at college level, you get 1 credit. So if you have played at college level, if you have played at state level and all, then if you've participated in NCC, you get another credits. Further, you will have Avishkar. Avishkar is a research-based competition. Now, for your exam purpose, we have made you select these 2 credits, which is participation in extension activity of the college and participation in cultural activity of the college, which most of you all have been a part of. I think in your first year BCom, you all had offline, so you all were a part of these activities. So you all have received these 2 credits. Now, here you have to earn total of 6 credits because you have already got 2 credits of physical examination, because a total extra 8 credits are required. So you've got 2 credits of physical exam education in your first year BCom, which Gilby sir had conducted the exam for you, right? Now, 2 more credits you all have already earned, as I said, in participation in college activity and all, which you all had done. All of you all, we remember we had a sports week and we had a lot of activities in which you all have participated. The next part comes is you have 4 more credits to earn. So we have already asked you to join this particular component in your form filling, which is online certificate course or MOOCs, which is minimum 15 hours credit, which we have done GST. Gilby sir has already done GST with you, for which you have to appear for an exam. So you have selected this and you will be giving an exam. Gilby sir will tell you the date, and according to the date, you will be giving this exam, and based on that, if you pass the exam, you will be getting these 4 credits from that course. And this is just newly introduced, so it is a compulsion. If you do not complete this, you will not be given the degree. It is compulsion. See, this is a UGC, Savitribai Phule Pune University circular. And if you look at the last component, the internship for 60 hours. Now, this internship for 60 hours is available for us under practicals. This is available for us under practicals. So for you people this year, you are earning your 2 credits under participation in extension activity of the college and participation in cultural activity of the college, as well as online certificate course, which is GST. I repeat, Gilby sir has done a GST course with you, for which you have to give an exam, for which you will be getting a certificate, and these 4 credits will be added to your syllabus or to your mark sheet for that. So kindly keep that in mind. Okay. After this was relating to your credits. Anyone has any doubts relating to the credits here?
No, sir.
So you all have understood what you are supposed to do, right?
Yes, sir. I understood.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now comes the most important part, and internship program for third year BCom students. Now, this is become a compulsory component from this academic year, wherein all of y'all are supposed to show at least 60 hours of working. At least 60 hours of working. 60 hours of working has not been defined how you do it. So if you work 2 hours a day, you can finish the whole thing within 30 days. You're working 8 hours a day, so you 15 this thing you can do it, manage it. So the option is given to you. So 8 days you can show. So those students who are already working are in a benefit, because that work experience can be counted here as a part of the internship program. Now, what exactly are you supposed to do under the internship program? If you remember, I have already shared a video on the group. Have you students gone through the video? Yes?
No, sir, no.
Okay. Now, pay attention to these things which we are highlighting here. The internship is for 4 credits and 80 marks. So basically, this is replaced by your practical. So you will have 20 marks for costing 2, 20 marks for costing 3 in the first, that is semester 5. Another 20 marks for costing 2 and costing 3 in semester 6. So that way you're going to get 4 credits and 80 marks. This is a compulsion for all the BCom students across Pune University. This rule is not only for St. Vincent College of Commerce. This is the rule of Pune University. Without these internship related activities, you will not be awarded your degree. Okay, so it clearly says here internship will be for 60 clock hours. And the student has to complete the internship in the special subject that she has opted for second year BCom. So basically, if you are a business administration student, so in this internship, you have to show how your work is related to business administration. Now, let me be a little more clear that business administration encompasses everything. It encompasses marketing, it includes office jobs, it includes customer relationship, public relations. So business administration is a vast field. So you can show your experience in any one of the areas related to business administration. For costing, you have to show something which is related to the cost related aspect of that particular organization where you work or where you wish to work. Okay. Now, moving further, I will take you to the structure of how we are supposed to do in the current semester, that is semester 5. Okay. So in semester 5, you people are supposed to present a plan to us. See here. And in a PPT format, the plan is how do you intend to conduct this internship program of yours. And you have to keep the necessary documents, whatever is required. For example, see what it says here. So you have to decide if students are already working, you can take the reference of the current organization where you're working. If students are not working, you have another week or 2 to find out an internship program. Please understand, this is something which is compulsory. You have to work all of you. So what does it say? First thing, where do you intend to work? This should be your first slide. Okay. Now, what kind of business organization is that? What is the nature of business? I mean, what type of business you do? How many branches it has across the country or across the globe? How much market share it has? I mean, as a player of the market, how dominant it is in the market, and any other information related to the organization, which you can easily acquire, I'm sure. Then the area in which he or she is planning to undergo the internship. So area in which you are planning to do your internship. So if it's a business administration, for example, the business administration students wants to do marketing or human resource or administrative services, or in the planning section or whatever area you want to do the public relations. If it's a costing student, you're working in the store, or you're doing the work of classification of cost, or your ascertainment of cost, or you're part of the budget committee or the planning committee, whatever you want to show or where you think you can apply your knowledge of that particular subject. Now, Details of various subject-specific concept learned by the student before joining the internship. So basically, this is just the basic terminology which you have learned, okay, which is related to your special subject. Like if you say business administration students, you all might have learned certain important things about business administration, which is helpful for you in undertaking this job of yours or completing this job of yours. The second is, if it's a costing student, you know what concepts you have learned under which you can show your internship. Then allocation of 60 hours of internship program. That means, how do you intend to work in those 60 hours? So breakup of the 60 hours you're supposed to plan. Please understand, this is a rough structure which can change later on when you actually start the work. Then, what are the skills that you will acquire during your internship program? So basically, you're giving us a proposal that these are the areas we will be working in. This is the basic knowledge I have, and I intend to complete my 60 hours doing a particular aspect. So whatever work you plan to do over these 60 hours, you can put it. Further, how this program will help you. So after doing this 60 hours work, what way will it benefit you? That is what you have to put in another slide. Then the next slide. So as I said, there are 10 slides. A note on preparation done by the students before joining the internship program. That means before you join this program, what all skills did you acquire, or what all special preparation you did? How did you prepare yourself for the job? Did you take any particular training? If yes, what kind of a training did you take? Did you have an experience in the previous job anywhere which will help you in the current job? So what all training have you done? Then details of the primary discussion the student had with the authority or internship. So basically, before joining the internship program and all, whoever your employer is, the person who's providing an internship, you might have had a discussion with that person relating to what would be your job, what would be the terms and conditions, how you will be coming with that. So all this will be discussed. Okay. Further, the proposed outcome of the students are requested to keep their mics off, please. And finally, what is the outcome of the internship program? So what would be the output? Now, this outcome is not defined. The outcome for you, the outcome for the organization. So you are free to decide what outcome. So basically, how would this internship program help you? Now, these 10 points have to be presented in 10 different slides. And there will be a viva, like a practical exam, which happens an oral exam online. You have to present this. Now, after that, when we move on to the next semester, you have to actually start working for the program. Okay, they're expecting certain points from you, like it's given here, you can read regularity of the student, your punctuality, your behavior. So you have to keep reporting to the students what you're doing, ability to put theory into practice, etc. And after that, you will again have a oral exam, a viva. The first oral exam which you're having for semester 5 will definitely be online because of the COVID protocol. The second one may be online, may be offline. It will all depend upon the COVID progress in the country. Similar contents what we had learned earlier. And what does it say? First is the name of the organization, then contents proposed to be learned during. How did you work for the 60 hours? The list of all officers and staff members, under whom you worked during an internship. The name and designation of the immediate officer you worked under. What job was assigned to you? What actual work did you do? So what was asked to do? What did you actually do? What are the special skills you learned because of this particular internship which you did? Were there any problems you faced while doing the work assigned to you? How did you tackle the problems? Then did you or were you able to make any contribution to the organization? So they've given us some examples like techniques invented to save time. So maybe, you have done something special due to which the organization benefited. in terms of saving of time. Maybe you have given some new ideas, maybe you have helped to develop some new process, which has benefited the organization. Because of you, the organization has benefited. Then what all skills which were not a part of the syllabus, which you learned on your own because of this internship? Please understand. So what skills were required of you to do your work, which is not there in the syllabus? Means you had to improvise, you had to learn from outside. It was not covered in your 3 years of graduation, which you did not hear of. And your opinion on the following points. So how did you utilize the internship program? Adequacy of time allotted. That means, do you feel that the 60 hours is enough, or the internship program should be a little longer? Any suggestions to improve your syllabus? Then will this help you to increase your employability? Means, will this help you to get better jobs? How can you make this internship a little more better? So basically, it's the students' input as to how useful this internship program is, and how will this benefit you in the future, and how they can improve it. So these are your inputs. Now, during this internship program, you have to approach organizations. The university has tied up with 3 organizations. You can see their name. If you approach these organizations, definitely they will provide you with some internship work. After that, you have to gather some documents. Okay. So first, the most important document is this college. We will be giving you this document on the college letterhead. You can come to college and collect it whenever you want it. So this is a letter from the college requesting, if you're going for an internship program to some organization. So this is the letter which you can carry to request them to take internship in their particular organization. So suppose you're already working, then this problem is solved for you, because you're already under internship and you can use that. So since you're in their organization, you don't require an introduction letter. However, if some student is not working and intends to, go to a particular business organization and approach for a job, this letter helps them better. So if this letter is presented, then the organization you want to visit, or the business, they will have an acceptance towards you. They will not immediately reject you. They will consider you. Kindly note, you're going in for an internship program. So if you approach the employers for internship, you may or may not be paid. Salary is not the criteria here. Some people might provide you with internship, but they might not agree to pay you, because this is just 60 hours. You're not going for a permanent employment. This is an undertaking which every student has to submit to the college. We will be providing you this undertaking. You will have to print it and submit it to the college. So a couple of documents, plus you have to collect a bunch of documents from the college. Now, letterhead of the internship providing organization. So wherever you're going to work, you have to get this letter typed on their letterhead, or maybe under a stamp, a genuine stamp. So this is basically your details, your basic personal details, your specialization subject, and what date you started the internship and what date you end, date, time, and total hours, and what work you have done, and signature of the officer. Now, let me repeat. 60 hours does not mean you have to spend 60 days. Some of you all can work only 1 hour a day and complete 2 months with 60 hours. Some of you all might work 2 hours a day. Some of you all might work 8 hours a day. Whatever work you have done, hourly basis, you have to write in this format and record it, and take the signature of the person you're working with, signature of the manager, and signature of the faculty members according to your specialization. So if it's that's Gilby sir, Shekhar sir, Gilby sir, and myself. Then this is the letterhead of the internship provider. That means, again, the person with whom you are working or going to work, they have to give you a completion certificate on their letterhead. Let me repeat, if you're going to go and do an internship with a person who does not have a genuine letterhead is the official document you all might have seen whenever you all take letters from college, we give it on a proper systematic letterhead. You can take it under a genuine stamp and signature of that person. So this is the format that you have completed your internship program, which has to be submitted. Now, you have to also take a feedback from the person where you're working with on your work. So these are the criteria under which you will be judged: your communication skills, your punctuality, ability to work in teams, problem solving skills, quality of work done. This form has to be filled by your employer. This form has to be filled by your employer, your SWOT analysis, that is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges. Okay. And suggestions to make the internship program more productive and effective. This is to be, I repeat, this has to be done by the internship provider or the employer where you intend to work. And again, the name and designation and stamp. Then this is your feedback form which you need to provide to us. This is your feedback form which you have to give a rating between 1 to 10 and suggestions to improve. And these are other details where you can send the. So basically, in simple words, you have to, within the next 10 to 15 days, prepare a format as discussed earlier, showing how you intend to complete your internship program. And after that, in the second, that is the 6th semester for you, and that is the second half of the year, you have to complete those 60 hours, work in the necessary area of specialization. Business administration students, areas related to business administration subject. Costs and works accounting students, areas related to the costs and works accounting subject. Complete your internship, get the documents duly filled from your employer or the internship provider, submit to the college, and these documents which you submit, on the basis of that, you'll be facing an oral examination in the first half of the year and second half, that is semester 5 and semester 6, based on which you will be given marks. So your practicals have been replaced by the internship program. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Does
Yes, sir.
anyone have any doubts?
Sir, we have to make two PDF for BA and course, sir.
Pardon, beta?
We have to make two